been sitting and watching and listening to myself and watching my hand movements and watching and listening to my voice. And yeah, I feel like it has helped my career a lot. Hey everybody, it's your girl Kasey, and I'm back again with another YouTube video. And today I just want to talk about how YouTube has changed my life, question mark. I wouldn't really go that far, but having less than 500 subscribers, I really wouldn't think that YouTube has changed my mind as much as it has. And I will give a disclaimer with saying that I am a TV news anchor. And so I feel like that is also helpful when it comes to being able to be comfortable in front of a camera. So I don't have a problem with being comfortable in front of a camera or talking to people or anything like that. But I will say for the past 6 years that I have been in news, I never watched my own self back. Okay. I have a problem with hearing my voice back in playback and watching myself back. But with editing YouTube videos, I have had to become more comfortable with that. And so I have been editing my own YouTube videos and really been sitting and watching and listening to myself and watching my hand movements and watching and listening to my voice. And yeah, I feel like it has helped my career a lot because now I am comfortable enough with watching my news clips back and watching the shows back that I'm in to critique myself in a positive way. And so that has been very eye-opening and changing for me because it has helped me be better as a news anchor. And I will say I'm not the best anchor. I've only been anchoring for 4 months, and so I still have lots of growth to do. But I do feel like when it comes to being better at something, it's all about the reps and it's all about just getting out there and doing it. And, of course, when people are like, oh, well, you have to do it a certain way. And yeah, but at each stage, I'm just trying to create or change one thing. And this is what I said last year. I was like, last year, I just want to get 10% better. And so I'm just like, okay, if I just keep that mentality and I'm just like, I just want to get better at one little thing this week. And that's exactly what I had my first coaching call about anchoring today. And that's literally what he said. He said, your homework this week is only one thing. And it's projection. And I feel like on YouTube, I'm a better projector, right? It's because I don't have a script. I'm great at ad-libbing. So it's easier for me to project on YouTube than it is for me to project in front of a teleprompter where I have a script that I'm supposed to be reading. And so while I do feel like YouTube is helping me professionally, they're still two completely different arenas. And I do want to be very clear about that. It's very different from talking about something that you're very passionate about and know very well off the top of your head versus anchoring with a teleprompter about death and destruction in places where you've never been or don't even know how to pronounce those names. It's so, it's still a very different arena, but there are still things that I can take from YouTube and use it in that space. Another thing is really just being able to be very crystal clear with my messaging. I've watched lots of other YouTubers and I've noticed one thing that I like to pride myself on is I don't just over talk. And I think that the reason why I do that is because my best friend tells me that I over explain things. And so now when I'm going back and watching my edit, while I'm editing, I'll be like, I've said this multiple times in 3 different ways. And so we're going to just cut this out. And so I've learned how to be more concise with what I'm saying and just matter of fact and not allowing myself to ramble because I do want to keep my viewers engaged with what I'm saying. And I want to make sure that I'm driving home my point. And so I've become very aware of just making sure that I say what I'm going to say. No, it's tell them what you're going to tell them and tell them what you told them. And so I feel like a lot of people take that point and then just over explain the same point. So I will say that it's helped with that. And I feel like it is easier when you are aware of the fact that you're talking about this one point, especially like a lot of times I'll have my iPad and so it's easier to stay on point like in that moment. But like right now I'm just sitting down and candidly talking to you guys. And so it can be easier for me to slip into that old habit of just reiterating myself, whereas just saying, hey, here's my point. This is all I'm going to say and move on. So that's helped me a lot with YouTube. Another thing that YouTube has helped me with is really just looking at my overall presence. Like I was talking to my news director about this and I was just like, and poor her. She's probably like, this girl is a psycho. Who did I hire? Anywho, and I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, I'm just trying to find my tone of voice. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because there are some people who are saying women who talk slower, like it just holds your attention longer because you have to like wait on their every word because they're talking so slow. But then sometimes I'll just be like, I really wish you would just say what you're going to say and move forward. So I'm trying to, in my everyday life, like whenever I meet people, it's making sure that I have a good tone, a good pace, and allow people to also engage in conversation with me. For example, I was on the phone with this lady, and I was just like, hey, I just want to introduce myself. This is my need. This is my ask. And instead of like it being a conversation, she was really just talking at me, but she was helping me. So it was like, whatever, like she's connecting me with who I need to be connected with. She's giving me the information I need, but we're not having a dialogue. It was just like I couldn't find my way in to continue to have a conversation with her. So I've just been very mindful, very cutesy, very demure, about like how I interact with people and how much, like I just want to just leave a lasting impression that's a good one on people. And I want to be very mindful of how I engage in conversation with them. And I feel like I do a good job with this in general, but I do think that I could allow more space to be given. Also, in a very strange way, my last point here about like the benefits of starting a YouTube channel is I feel like I've found more of like what I'm passionate about, and it's not just about like being passionate about YouTube, but finding out what I am passionate about. Like I'm very passionate about the Lord. I'm very passionate about business. I'm very passionate about self-development and self-growth. And just being able to share that has allowed me to really just sit in my quiet time and just saying, no, this is kind of what I'm leaning towards. And I think as I'm getting older, I'm really realizing what I find valuable, and I'm really learning what my life will look like, and it's not gonna look the exact same. And I feel like that's really why I want to recreate myself or rebrand myself, because I'm noticing that I have an inner change, and I want to make sure that inner change comes out correctly and not half-hearted. And by exploring that, like with YouTube, has allowed me to say, I really did enjoy this, or I really want to keep this sacred. Like I've mentioned, my gym routine is just my gym routine, and I love going to the gym because that's my safe space, my happy space, my place where I can recharge, re-energize, and re-strategize and think. And so I will probably let me never say never, but it is very unlikely for me to make a video about my gym routine because I want to keep that for myself. YouTube has helped me, even though like I feel like I haven't been super consistent, even though I'm trying. And I feel like YouTube has also kept me accountable in the last couple of months, because there are some things that I have not shared with you guys that, I'm working on in the background. And I feel like YouTube is keeping me accountable, because how can I like say I'm doing this type of thing, and then like really in the background I'm kind of like not, or I'm kind of like towing the line of like, yeah, like I'm dabbling, in other things. Whereas like I can really show up authentically if that is really how I'm living my life, and I can really talk about this from a place of authenticity. So yeah, long story short, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up and share if you care. And if you do have a YouTube channel you want me to follow or subscribe to, please let me know, because I'm down to subscribe too, because I want to support you guys just like I hope that you're supporting me. Okay, thanks. Bye, guys.